this week starts a little bit differently. I'm at an event. It's a nice event. The event is in Kuopio, which is next to Joensuu, 140 kilometers. And its lights are out. It's a LAN party. Check it out. You can clearly see that there's my streaming spot. I can do some streaming. And then, right there's our stand. Because we are actually kind of organizers. That's coders roll up, but from behind. I'll show you. Told you, we have 3D printing. And this is the most important part. I have a nice tag. It's official. I guess I'll go and check out what there is to offer. Our internet isn't yet done because we are the only ones here. This is actually a really cool idea. It's like a gaming corner and you don't need your own computer, but gyms and pelitalo muikku, like gaming house. I don't know what fish muikku is, but they have like computers here you can just use. That's a nice product. This is the secret organizer's green room. You see there? There is where I did like the time-lapse thingy. So it's like way behind here. Meatballs and potatoes. Having the organizer's lunch. It's a great spot. And now it's already like day 2. We had fun. We slept well at our friend's house. And today, the whole day ahead of us.
This is a beautiful party. You invited.
Everything is nicely packed and set up, and I can show it from here. It's 8 a.m. It's Sunday morning, and I still haven't slept. I'm now directly going to sleep to my apartment. I'm sleepy, but once I wake up, I will talk to you about the actual title of the video, which is why LAN parties are important to me. I was thinking that I would do it with the same eyes before going to sleep at my apartment, but I just decided that I want to come to the office and set up everything for Monday, just so I can just come to work, so there's no hassle there. But yeah, so I will talk to you about that, So on the topic, LAN parties. They have been a big part of my life, and especially when I was growing up, it was a big thing, because at primary school I had my first LAN party with my friends it was around 2000s, something like that, and it was great. We literally stayed up with me and 5 of my friends at my apartment where I still lived at home, and we played Counter-Strike 1.6 throughout the weekend. We literally didn't sleep. And after that I slept for 16 hours. And since then I haven't slept over 10 hours, I think. So it's somewhat of a feat for me. It was a great kickoff for the whole LAN thing. First big event I ever did was called Verkkopelit back in 2003. So I was 13 back in the days, and there I saw this amazing game called Dance Dance Revolution, or it was actually called Step Mania to be exact, but the dance with the carpet thingy. And there was this one guy who was always so enthusiastic on explaining on how the stuff works and giving hints on how to play the game. Because when you play DDR for the first time, it takes a while to get used to it. You don't instantly, your brain doesn't understand the arrows moving and how your feet are supposed to move on the mat. But that guy really inspired me to try. I did, and it was great. And that guy was actually Harry from Barely Coders. That's our common name. Barely Technical. And Harry from Barely Technical. We like now at Gyosteg, Gyostage, however you pronounce that. We were talking like, oh gosh, it has been seriously 15 years that we've known each other. And for the most of that time, it was basically just literally to each other. We were people who just knew each other. I think like calling us like friends would have been too strong of a word. But I went to LAN parties that he organized. He first did those 100 people LAN parties. And then after that place where we were keeping those LAN parties, what was out of commission, he started doing this thing called Data Party, where the point was that it was an invite-only LAN party. And he invited me. I don't really have the words. I was amazed. From all of those 13-year-old screaming kids, I guess like he saw something in me. But yeah, I guess he just wanted people to LAN with. And it was great for those LAN parties. And we were there again playing DDR, playing funny LAN games overall. It was like that time when you actually like played with the people in the LAN, not just go to a big hall and just play Fortnite that you do anyway at home. Because at those LAN parties the network was amazing. During that time I had a great internet and it was 8 megabit down and I think it was like 1 megabit up or something like that. It was like considered fast at the time for like home. At LAN parties when you had that 100 megabits, it was like so fast. It was, you could like download games within one day that you couldn't do with the 8 megabyte connection. And on those LAN parties, like, it's basically just like playing, you would say. You hang out with your friends, you do stuff together, and it's basically like one of those that you do it and you are part of it, because especially back then there was no social media or anything. So like for this weekend, of course, I did some social media posting like, hey, I'm here, come and say hi. And some people came to say hi. So hi back to you again. Nice that you visited. Sorry that I was personally so low energy, but I was exhausted of my work week. But yeah, LAN parties. Like that's even the reason why I go to LAN parties, to hang out, and also as coders, and the reason why coders also sponsors some LAN parties, because it has been like a great experience, a growing experience for me, and I want it to be like, even if I am able to affect one person, that LAN parties are great, and I hope that they will like keep on the tradition going, that if they have the time, that they maybe somehow help organize LAN parties. Harry, for these days, is one of my best friends, and like that friendship went basically like on the deeper level when we started doing sort of professional stuff. I'm actually not sure if you could see it on the last clip, because I was hanging at the front of the red plank, basically on a brochure stand, and that was made because we wanted for Gartano to have some kind of personalized brochure stand, that it's not like one of those basic out of the box things, that it has the red color, it has wood in it, and it's unique. And when we needed that, I instantly knew, like even back then it was 5 years ago, Harry is the person who could do that. He can do custom stuff, and he did that. He personally didn't like it, but we loved it because it is unique. There is like none other like that. From that we just started doing more and more stuff together. We had a good sync, we could chat about stuff, and it would always be interesting. And Harry is really interested in teaching people, in explaining things, and I guess he has basically the same burn and desire as I have on that thing, but he's actually like good at it. I'm not good at teaching, but I want to be an advocate that helps people to learn. That I just want that people are smarter and that they do stuff that they otherwise wouldn't do. And that's why LAN parties are one thing, because there you can like be brave to play different kinds of games with different kinds of people. And I've met many of my friends through LAN parties, or at least we have bonded at LAN parties. If you do gaming and you haven't done a LAN party, you really should. It's like a great experience. Like the first time in 2006, when I went to Assembly, when it was still in Hartwall Arena in Helsinki, it's basically like a hockey arena, it blew my mind, because the biggest event I ever was in was like in, well, these verkkopelit, 100 person. And when there's Assembly, when there are thousands of people, it like blew my mind when I walked into the venue and just watched around me like there's so much computers, so much people, so much like-minded people. People who even back then decided that it would be a good pass of time to carry our computers with our CRT monitors to one room and play together. There's usually like a really great community with LAN parties, especially with those ones that have been around for long. Because even after like the assemblies and stuff, when there were the local LAN parties, I did like a lot of skit videos for the creativity competition, where there were like short film. And I always like, we made them with my friend, and they turned out kind of funny. They started or used some of the LAN parties sort of inside jokes. I guess that also might help you understand why it was like such a big thing for me when like a year ago I got my video on the screen at Assembly. And this year, I'm now like literally getting goosebumps even talking about it. This year, when I like got to the third place on a short film competition.
Third place goes to Assembly, Ole ihmisiksi by Studio Menestys.
Jumalauta!
On a LAN party, that's like the biggest, or not even like a LAN party, it's a demo scene party, so it's something like that I was kind of too young to live through, but I have been adapting to it lately, and it was so amazing, like seeing something you did on that big screen, and people like laughing at the jokes, even laughing at some things that I didn't think that they would notice because they were so subtle. This was more of a rambling video than I thought it would be, but that was like, LAN parties are great. If there is in your life there's something that you think is great, you should help other people find it. 2 weeks after this video is up, there will be Rääkkylän in Rääkkylä, where me and Harry, yet again, are helping to organize a LAN party for the youth in primary school in there. It's the first LAN party at that area that I know of that's like basically like an event and not just friends gathering. The parents there don't really like the event, I've heard at times. There's a great community even there, and there's already like inside jokes starting to form in there. But now it's getting too much of a rambling thing. Now I will go and visit my friend who has coffee, and I will drink that coffee, maybe talk about me just doing a rambling video about LAN parties. I'm sorry that this video became so long, but this is now kind of vlog slash normal video slash information piece. LAN parties are great, and hey, you are great. Like literally, if you watch this video to the end, you might be in the same wavelength with me. You care about LAN parties too, or you want to understand why some people... Anyway, see you next week, guys. This was epic. Can this video get 2 likes or more? You know, the YouTube thing, subscribe and all that. It was fun talking to you.